Hey there, Snappy Dressers. I just wanted to say before we get into the episode, if you're here from TikTok, I've got some extra special news for you at the end of this video, so stick around to see what that is, because I am definitely reasonably somewhat hopeful that you're going to like it. All right, my confidence at that last bit kind of went through the floor, didn't it? Anyway, let's start the video. I've been meaning to get to this show for a while. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Nickelodeon version of the series that came in like 2012 or something like that. Really good show. Really, really good show. So I'm told by people around me. I've never watched it. Obviously, that's kind of the point of this show. This series. But interestingly enough, it's not like the other shows that I've said got a lot of hype around them. Those were all critical darlings, but this one didn't get a whole lot of media traction, at least not that I remember. Maybe you were in different circles than I was, but I don't remember a lot of people talking about this show when it came out. And now that I've managed to track down all 4 seasons, I'm going to watch it, and I'm expecting that I'm going to enjoy it. Trying to get through this whole thing in a week, though, that's going to be tough. So we'll see if I can get to it or not, if I can get through it or not. But thankfully, I do have at least one show already in the bank. Hopefully, this video is a lot shorter. I know I keep saying that, and I'm shaving it down little by little, but we'll see, I guess. Also, can I just say that theme song freaking rocks? I loved that. So good. So good. Okay, I'm done now. Okay, so I just finished season 1 of the Nickelodeon version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I genuinely liked it. I'm pretty sure I've seen most of it before, but I can't actually remember with any kind of real certainty. So I like a lot of it seemed very familiar. Like I know I've seen certain episodes before, but I can't remember which ones I've seen before because it's been a really long time since I've tried to watch it. But it was really, really good, and I'm definitely excited to move on to season 2. I'm gonna try to save most of my thoughts for the wrap up, but I really like the blended art style. That's going to be a point I'm going to talk about, and I really think like they nailed casting in this show. Every single character has a voice that is just so uniquely that character. And character designs are all really good. Like, this is a really good and well thought out show. Like, it's rare that you actually see shows like this, at least in the West, where not just the animation was given a lot of time or the characterizations, but like literally every aspect of this show seems like it was painstakingly thought out, and you can tell. So I'm gonna move on to the next season now. Probably going to do that tomorrow though, because it is nearly 5. It's 4:30 in the morning. Okay. I wasn't expecting the cliffhanger ending. Also, ignore the really stupid haircut. I tried to cut my own hair. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting a 2-parter cliffhanger ending for season 2. I'm not complaining because I get to watch the next episode right away. But holy crap! Holy crap! That was really good. Oh my god, I loved it. So emotional. Oh my god, I love the fight with Splinter and Shredder. Leatherhead showing up, and then the boys getting to watch Splinter fight the Shredder in the sewer, and then Karai at the end. Holy crap! And like all the parallels to the first live action movie from way back in the day, so cool. I love the little like the subtle shout out to the original live action movies because I loved those movies. I grew up with those movies. They were fantastic, and just that the subtle nods to it. Well, not so well, subtle enough that like you don't directly know if it's a reference or not, but it's probably a reference. You know what I mean? Like, if you've watched it, you know what I mean. But like, I loved it. It was great. It wasn't like trying to, lambast the original series or any of that stuff. It's trying to be its own thing. So like that's great, but it's also got these nice homages to the original, to like a lot of the most popular content. Like every once in a while you'll hear Mikey humming the original theme song or singing the ninja rap, or at least the most memorable part of it. It's so good, and I really want to get to the next episode. Also, my arm is getting tired from holding this thing, so I'm gonna go watch that now. Okay, I thought that they were going to resolve the end of the last plot in this episode, but I guess that's going to be like an entire season long thing. I don't know that I like that they changed Leo's voice actor. I kind of hope they get the original voice actor back. I'm pretty sure I recognize that voice, and if it's who I think it is, it's not that I dislike him as a voice actor, it's just replacing an actor after so many seasons just kind of sucks. But I mean, I guess we'll see. Okay, so I just watched the Battle for New York, which is like the halfway point of season 3, and I know I said I wasn't going to do like halfway points, but Jesus Christ, this season was really, really good so far. And it's only half over. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. I hope they don't drop the ball for the rest of the season. They might. It might get a little bit more formulaic again. Probably will, honestly. But, like, I loved how, like, the first quarter of this season was solely dedicated to just, like, Leo recuperating and them just, gathering themselves at the farmhouse. And it was just, the whole thing was this big homage to the first Ninja Turtles movie back in the day. Like, I love that. They're so cool. Oh, I love it so much. It was so good. And then that like two-parter right there in the middle of the season where they take back New York. So good. So good. And I like how like there is this sense that they did in fact progress. Even after they changed back into their normal clothes, because like so many shows will just have the status quo return to normal, and this show has done that too. Like when they introduced the footbots, and they were a big threat, and then they were just never a threat again. But like that stuff I'll talk about in the wrap up. But like, oh my god, so good! I just wanted to say that, so good. What? The world just ended. Obviously, they're going to somehow undo that, but I don't see how. That's a bold choice to take the series into. There's 2 more seasons of this show. I mean, unless the entire rest of the series is in space. Which I guess is possible. I mean, I think the old Ninja Turtles did that. Well, not the old one, but like the last remake. I don't remember the Kids WB one. That's what the what the frick? What the frick? Oh god. Okay. I'm just gonna keep watching. I'm just gonna keep watching. I've got to keep watching. Okay, so I'm guessing that this season is going to be about them traveling through space to kind of undo what happened. I pegged time travel because really, what else was it going to be? Um, I'm wondering how they're going to resolve the paradox here, or if they're just going to completely ignore it because there are technically two sets of turtles now, and I don't know if like one set is just going to disappear at the end of this or what, or if they're just going to be two sets of turtles in the universe, or if they're just going to ignore it and pretend like that didn't exist somehow. But yeah, uh, I guess we'll see. Okay, so there are canonically just two sets of turtles in the universe with okay, so are those turtles ever going to come back? Is that team ever going to come back, or are they just like a permanent fixture of Honeycutt's crew now? Um, are did we just put them on a bus and say goodbye, see you later? We don't really need you anymore. Like, are those ones never going to come home? Are they never going to miss Splinter? Are they never going to want to go back to New York because the original ones did, or the future ones did? Oh, I'm so confused. Time travel. This is why time travel is so annoying to put into a story. But what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Okay. Um. So Splinter is dead? Like actually dead this time? Possibly. I'm not totally sure if I still believe it because there's still another season of the show left. This isn't the season finale either. I've still got that left to go. So if he's going to come back, it's probably going to be in the next one. But holy crap. Um well, it looks like the next season is jam-packed full of stuff. So, um okay. So Shredder's defeated, dead by the looks of it, like actually dead. And the last season seems to have like three two-parters in it, including the finale. So there's going to be a lot of action in this next season. I can tell that much for a fact. Um, holy crap! Holy crap! Okay, so let's get into the next video, the next episode, and I'll talk about the opening. I guess the opening of this next episode. Okay, so that was the first episode of season five. I'm guessing this is actually a new series because it has a new title opening, and I'm wondering if I should do a separate episode for this one. Um, but I don't think I'm going to. It's more of a sequel series than anything else, which I guess was foreshadowed by the opening gambit. But since there's only one season of it, I'm gonna try to just plow through it today, because tomorrow I've got to get this video edited, and and then on Thursday it's got to go up. So okay. Okay, so I just watched the two-parter with the neutralizer and the bug guy coming back. And now Mona, I guess, is just going to stay in New York for now. I've got two more uh two-parters, one of which is the season series finale. But I'm kind of getting the feeling like this wasn't really meant to be another like really conjoined season. It feels a lot more disconnected than the rest of the series was. Like it's making references and it's bringing back old characters and things like that and stuff like that. But like it doesn't feel like there's this, this through plot so far. There was for like the first few episodes, and then they resolved it, and now I'm assuming there's going to be another one that I hope they're going to resolve or something, but like they haven't established the new threat yet, so now it just kind of feels like they're just mulling around. And then there was a random two-parter, which was its own self-contained story. Like it didn't have build up in the previous episodes or anything like that. So that's odd to me. And if that's how this show is going to be for the rest of the season, then I'm going to be a little disappointed in the final season. Technically, it's not a final season though. It's a sequel series that was incredibly underwhelming, which is probably why it didn't get another season. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I'm on the last quarter of the series. 5 episodes ish left, and I don't want to keep watching. It's not good anymore. Like I loved the rest of the series, but this season 5 is just I don't care. I don't want to watch them fight horror movie monsters. I mean, that would have been cool if it was part of the original series, but like I know the show is over, and I know it's not leading to something interesting because it doesn't have the time to lead up to something interesting. I'm gonna keep watching, but I might like skim through these next few episodes just to get through it and do the wrap up, because Jesus Christ, I am not feeling this last season. The first 4 seasons were fantastic. Season 5 absolutely blows. Alright, well, that was the end of that. I pretty much skipped the entire monster arc thing. It just bored me to tears, and I couldn't care less. But that last 3-parter where they crossed over with the alternate reality versions of them, that was pretty good. I liked that enough to be able to sit through the whole thing, so I mean there's that at least. But oh wow, let's get that wrap up done, shall we? So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a really good show. You could tell, like, right from the beginning that the people who made this show had a passion to make this show. These were fans of the original series, people who grew up watching it and wanted to write a love letter to one of their favorite franchises. I love the attention to detail that this show had, from the differences in their eye bands to the slight discoloration that each of them had, to their different heights and body shapes, and just general small details that made it easier to determine who each of them were at a glance without having to look at their headband. I thought it was fantastic that they added, 2D animation on top of the 3D animation. Like everything about this show really did seem like it was made to be a love letter to the original source material. And I love that. And it really shined through. And beyond that, it had fantastic writing behind it. I never really felt like I was being pushed in any one particular direction. I always felt like, there was multiple ways that any individual episode or story arc could play out, which is a good thing to have when you're writing a series. You don't want it to be too predictable, because then people tend to get bored. I will say that certain plots kind of felt a little out of nowhere, but even then, they were still fun. When they suddenly went to space, okay, so I guess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a space opera now. Cool. Where did that come from, first of all? But second of all, it was fun. It was genuinely entertaining watching them try to figure out their way around navigating space. And every threat always felt real. It didn't feel like too many of the enemies just got horrendously weaker from one episode to the next, with the sole exception of the Footbots. They were hyped up as this really, strong new cannon fodder type enemy that they were going to have a lot of trouble dealing with, and then they just never had any trouble dealing with them again. I mean, it was kind of like they put them in there just so that the turtles would have something to cut up and destroy and be more visceral without actually having to cut a real live human being's head off. That's pretty much what it felt like to me. Shredder was fantastic right from the very beginning. I enjoyed, really rooting against this guy. The inclusion of Karai as not Shredder's daughter, well, Shredder's daughter, but also Splinter's daughter, raised by Shredder. That was really fun and entertaining. The dynamic that she had with Leo was really fun, though I'm never going to be completely on board with the cross-species pairing. It's just not my thing. I'm sorry if it is yours. I just didn't get it. That said, I will say that Raph and Mona's relationship was actually kind of, sweet. I generally like that. Unlike the other three with their quote-unquote love interests, it never felt one-sided with Raph and Mona. They actually genuinely cared about each other, so all other relationship details be damned, they're going to have a functioning relationship. Also, she stayed in New York and then we never saw her again. What's up with that? I liked her. She was great. Still, cross-species relationship is weird, though. But that's just me. At least they were both, animals this time. Human on animal is a weird one for me. I know that there are people for that, but I'm not one of them. All in all, I have to say, I genuinely loved the crap out of Nickelodeon's 2012 iteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now let's talk about the mutant elephant in the room. Season 5. As you could probably guess, I was not a fan of Season 5. It was, 4 or 5, maybe 6 disconnected storylines. None of them having anything to do with each other. One of which implies a bad end future timeline where it's basically just the apocalypse, Mad Max style. I didn't care for Season 5, the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't find it fun. I didn't find it entertaining. There was one or two that I did like. There was this one-off episode where Splinter explains how they found the lair. That was a great one. I wish there was more of that one. I wish there was more backstory videos, or videos. I wish there was more backstory plots in that season. That would have been really fun. The one where they went to the alternate dimension and they fought alongside that rabbit dude in a feudal anthropomorphic animal version of feudal Japan. That was kind of cool. It was a little entertaining. I did enjoy the rabbit samurai guy, Usagi Yojimbo, I think his name was. But overall, there was this weird monster plot line. There was this all kinds of things that just I didn't care for, and honestly, I didn't like it. I did not like season 5. But those are my thoughts on the series. Skip season 5 if you watch it yourself. But other than that, I really enjoyed this series. I loved every minute of it. I do feel like the series finale of season 4 didn't really feel like much of a series finale. It barely felt like a season finale. Like, I know it was supposed to, but it felt like it wasn't what it was supposed to be in a lot of ways. But I strongly recommend it to you. If you want to watch something like this, I give it a strong recommendation. Please go watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Nickelodeon 2012 version, because it was fantastic in every way. Like I said, it was like the creators were writing a love letter to one of their favorite franchises, and that really came across on screen with the unique characters and the absolutely phenomenal voice acting talent that they got to play all the characters. They did replace the voice for Leo halfway through with Seth Green. Not sure how I felt about that. I really enjoyed the original actor who played Leo, but obviously in shows like this, there's always some reason why actors get fired and replaced. At least they tried to explain it by saying his throat had been damaged and now he has a permanently different voice. But yeah, so if you liked it, please go watch the series. And I actually have some exciting news this time. And yeah, I know, a real end slate, not just me shuffling around awkwardly in front of the camera at the end of the video. There's a real reason to be here at the end of this video. And that is, I'm opening up a merch store. So hopefully, if I can figure out how to do it, there's a link in the description. It should just be copy pasting the URL code, but I'm honestly not sure the store actually works. I'm still trying to iron out the kinks, so if you have any problems getting to the merch store, please let me know in the comments. I'm also, hopefully, going to be doing a promo code. That should be in the bottom, in the description, top line of the description for you guys. And that should offer a discount on any of the products. Now, most of the stuff there is based off of my TikTok videos, so if you're not here from TikTok, if you don't know that I have a following on TikTok, I have a following on TikTok, which is vastly larger than my following here, and so a lot of the merch I have there are inside jokes from that, or from, you know, all around things that I do over on TikTok. The new logo that you see there and on my new icon, that is going to be on a few things. So if you want to get yourself a t-shirt or a mug or a phone case or even just a die-cut sticker, you can do that. And I really hope that you do, because it's a great way to support me, to support the channel, and to support me being able to continue doing shows like this. And there are more shows that I want to do, but for now I'm going to focus on Binge Watch and TikTok. And so if you guys want me to be able to make more interesting content, more story-based content like I do on TikTok, if you want some of my story-based content to come over here onto YouTube, a great way to help me be able to do that is to support me by buying merch or subscribing to my Patreon. Those are really, really helpful. I cannot tell you how incredibly helpful those things would be if you could help me do those things. I know I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, so, you know, a guy with 40 some odd subscribers talking about his Patreon seems kind of odd, but I do have more followers on TikTok.
I promise. There's over 5,000 of them, which is still relatively low by internet standards, but give me a break, guys. I'm trying. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, there is hopefully a playlist on my channel. You can go watch through the entire series of Binge Watch. There's like 4 more episodes besides this one. You can also like and share this video if you want to, help support the channel in another way. That actually does help support the channel a lot by itself. And if you want to get notified when I make all of my videos, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm still awkward at outros. So, see you later. At least I said bye this time.